Within the rich tapestry of Chinese literature, few works evoke as much curiosity and wonder as the collection known as Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio. Composed by Pu Songling during the Qing dynasty, these stories transport readers into a world where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural blur, where fox spirits walk among humans, and where the ordinary can be transformed in a single magical moment. To understand the significance of these tales, we must first step back in time to 17th century China. This was a period marked by social upheaval, intellectual curiosity, and a fascination with the unknown. Pu Songling, a scholar living in Shandong province, was a keen observer of human nature. Though he never achieved great official success in the imperial examinations, Pu poured his energy and insight into storytelling, weaving narratives that captured both the spirit and the anxieties of his era. Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, or Liao Shaiji in Chinese, is a collection of nearly 500 short stories. Each tale is a doorway into a different world. Some are whimsical, others terrifying, some are tragic, and some are deeply philosophical. Although the stories are diverse, they share common threads: an exploration of the supernatural, a subtle critique of society, and a deep empathy for the marginalized and misunderstood. Let us begin with one of the most iconic motifs in the collection, the fox spirit. In Chinese folklore, foxes are believed to possess magical powers, including the ability to transform into beautiful women. In Pu Songling's tales, these fox spirits often form romantic relationships with humans. Through these stories, the author explores questions of love, loyalty, and the pain of separation. The fox spirit is at once alluring and enigmatic, representing the mysteries of desire and the limits of human understanding. In one particularly moving tale, a young scholar encounters a fox spirit who saves him from danger. Over time, they fall in love, and the fox helps the scholar achieve academic success and personal happiness. Yet, their happiness is fragile, always threatened by the prejudices of society and the inescapable pull of the spirit world. Through this and similar stories, Pu Songling asks, can love bridge the gap between worlds? And what sacrifices are we willing to make for those we cherish? But not all spirits in these tales are so benevolent. Some are vengeful ghosts, seeking justice for wrongs committed against them in life. Others are mischievous imps or grotesque monsters that test the courage and wit of their human counterparts. These supernatural beings serve as mirrors, reflecting the fears and hopes of the people who encounter them. Often, they force characters and readers to confront uncomfortable truths about morality, compassion, and the consequences of one's actions. One tale recounts the story of a corrupt official who is haunted by the ghost of a woman he wronged. The ghost's relentless pursuit ultimately leads to the official's downfall, serving as a cautionary reminder that justice, though sometimes delayed, cannot be escaped. In another story, a humble farmer is tricked by a shape-shifting creature, only to outwit it through kindness and cleverness. Through these narratives, Pu Songling champions the virtues of honesty, humility, and integrity. Yet, the tales are not solely about the supernatural. Interwoven with the fantastical are keen observations about the society of Pu Songling's time. Many stories subtly criticize the rigid social hierarchy, the corruption of officials, and the limitations imposed on women. In a society where status and gender often dictated one's fate, Pooh's stories offer glimpses of escape and transformation. Female characters in particular are often portrayed with depth and agency, challenging the expectations of their era. Consider the tale of a young woman who, after suffering at the hands of an unjust family, transforms into a bird and flies away, free at last from her earthly bonds. In another story, a poor scholar is aided by a spirit bride whose intelligence and resourcefulness help him navigate the treacherous waters of bureaucracy and human frailty. These narratives resonate with readers because they offer hope, the possibility that, with courage and perseverance, one can transcend even the most daunting obstacles. The beauty of Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio lies not only in its subject matter, but also in its style. Pu Songling writes with elegance and wit, drawing readers into his world with evocative descriptions and a dry, sometimes playful sense of humor. He often presents himself as a humble chronicler, merely recording stories he has heard from friends, villagers, or passing travelers. This narrative device lends the tales an air of authenticity, as if we are being invited to listen in on the secrets of a bygone age. Yet, perhaps what makes these stories truly enduring is their universality. Across time and culture, humans have always been fascinated by the unknown. We tell stories to make sense of the inexplicable, to give voice to our deepest fears and desires, and to imagine worlds that lie just beyond the limits of our perception. In Pu Songling's tales, the supernatural is not just a source of fear. It is also a source of wonder, possibility, and transformation. Today, Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio continues to inspire. Its stories have been adapted into films, television dramas, and even operas. They have captivated audiences not only in China, but around the world, offering a glimpse into the richness of Chinese folklore and the boundless creativity of its people. The collection reminds us that the line between the real and the imagined is often thinner than we think, and that sometimes it is in the strangest of tales that we find the greatest truths. So, as we close the pages of this remarkable collection, let us carry with us its lessons, to remain open to the mysteries of life, to question what we take for granted, and to see, even in the most ordinary of moments, the possibility of the extraordinary. For in every shadow, in every whisper of wind, and in every fleeting dream, there may be a strange tale waiting to be discovered.